squirrel going up and down the tree over there. I know, it's a motherfucker. There's a motherfucker, huh? Hello, Moto. 3 people. 6 people. 10 people. Hi, everybody. So we are in Mount Pleasant, Tennessee. We walked 11 miles today again, so that's pretty good. We got to the fire department, and they said we were welcome to sleep out back, but they told us that the nearby factory emits like ammonia fumes at like 5 o'clock in the morning, and hi Jatan, how you doing? And stinks real bad, and it's hard to breathe sometimes. So we decided not to sleep in the ammonia area. And walked about another 2 miles down the road to this park here. I'm not sure what the name of it is, but it doesn't matter. I don't like giving out
baseball game.
Yeah, I don't like giving out the specifics on where we are when we're camping outside anyway. That's not exactly safe. But anyway, so we walked 11 miles, met this guy called Mustache Mike. That's what it says on his business card. He's a realtor. He had a contact in Summertown, which is another 10 miles away, for us tomorrow. So we got a place to stay tomorrow, a yard to camp in, and the guy contacted me online, said that we got a shower and bathroom at our disposal, and I looked up his place online. It's a pretty big place. It's nice. Colonel Dave, spelled with a K. Let's see. Jatan says, not with T's asthma.
Yeah, right.
Well, she made 11 miles yesterday, and she made or 7 miles yesterday and 11 miles the day before. She's doing real good. Here she is with it. She's right here with me.
Hi.
But yeah, so we got a place in Summertown. May have to talk to him about maybe staying through Thursday, Friday, and possibly Saturday, because we have a 100% chance of rain on Friday, like an 80 to 90% chance of rain on Friday and Saturday and Sunday. So it's going to rain on us again. So it looks like we're going to be out of it for like 3 days again. Mainly because I am not walking in the rain. It sucks. And last time, me and Mom got stuck out on the Natchez Trace for like an hour and a half or more in the pouring down rain with lightning striking all around us. It's not a fun situation, so we're not going to do that. If I have to stay in a Walmart for 3 days, I'm going to. I don't want to walk in the rain. We're under a pavilion now. I mean, if the guy says we can't, we'll just walk back here and stay in the pavilion or find one in that town. So it's hot and muggy. I think it only got in the 80s today. It wasn't that bad as far as just ass-kicking hot like it was coming up the Trace
Yeah.
a day or two ago. But
It was starting to get pretty warm by the time we got to the park.
it's too muggy now to climb into our tents, which we have set up right there behind us, right at the playground. The park is closed at night. We're not allowed to be here. It is not a camping park. But the chief of the fire department told us to come here and sleep, and that he would notify the police that we were here and that we were okay to be here. So hopefully that's how all of that plays out. Now that people are coming home from work, they're driving by very slow with their windows rolled down, checking us out. I figure it's just a matter of time before a cop car does show up just to talk to us. Let's see, what else? The new tires work pretty good on the cart. I put new, beefier tires. The old ones were bicycle size width. The new ones are about like this wide, like lawnmower, like front wheels. So I put those on there. They work really well. They only actually make the whole cart about an inch wider than it was before. I had to put a couple more washers in the axle for spacers so that the tires wouldn't rub once I got here. But once I got that done, they seem, I think they're going to do really well. I still have the old ones. In case something happens to these. Then that way I can change them back out. The old ones worked, but they were plastic and they're starting to fail. These have metal rims, thick rubber tires. We're going to give the new air mattresses a try tonight. We both got new air mattresses, $8, the cheapest ones Walmart sells. Let's see how that goes. The air pads that we had worked pretty good. Mom's said that she slept great on hers, but it was a little narrow. But she's still using it with her mattress. And mine, I popped it or something. It was one of those self-inflating, and it had the foam rubber on the inside, and that's how it self-inflates. The foam rubber expands and sucks in the air. There's a hole in it somewhere, so it doesn't stay inflated. It's still soft, but it's not as soft as it should be. But I'm keeping it too because the top of the air mattress has these like ripples in it, and then I put that sleeping pad on top of it, and it smooths it out. So hopefully I'll sleep good tonight. We'll see anyway. Plus, if I sleep in the hammock tent, I can't use the air mattress, so I'll have to use the other pad. Hi, Grandma. How you doing? Nona says, she says, hi, Joel. Some new faces on there. Cool. So for all of y'all that are new, if there's anybody on here that's new, so what we're doing is we're walking across America for Veteran Suicide Awareness. And we go live every day here at 7, wherever I'm at. So, you know, as I cross the timelines, then that will change times for you guys. It's just a good time for us. It's right before we decide to jump into the tent and go to sleep. Gives us some wind down time afterwards, and that's about it. Hi, Rachel. How you doing? Nice to see you on there. So my wife came up with an idea, pretty good idea. I'm not sure if it was her or her family came up with it, but I think Cody came up with it, about getting everybody who donates to us to sign my shirt real quick with a Sharpie. It's a great idea. The only thing that I regret is not doing it earlier, because here I am almost a third of the way done with my trip, and there's so many fantastic people that I met. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save a part of the shirt and leave it blank, and I'll go back and fill in as many names that I know in like a list form, so that, you know, the names are still on the shirt. And then it's going to be this shirt, so I'm going to wash it one more time, and then I'll put it to where I don't wear this one, because I've got 4 or 5 shirts and I don't need to wear this one. And every time, and I'll just keep it right there on top, so anytime somebody donates, I can be like, okay, great, can you please sign my shirt? And it doesn't even have to be people that I meet or that donate. It can just be anybody that we meet, people that give us a place to crash, people, you know, road angels bring us food, whatever. It'd be awesome to get as many signatures on the shirt. It'd be an awesome souvenir at the very end to keep, you know, put in like a shadow box, hang it up on the wall or something, or maybe auction it off if anybody cares enough to buy it. I'm not sure if that'll be a thing, but it'll definitely be something I could keep for the rest of my life. It'd be really cool. Give away to my kids or something. Let's see, what else? We had, Marilyn Tyson. A lot of y'all know her from Jonestown. Great friend of ours. She's headed up north to to see her family. So she stopped by today and spent a couple hours with us and bought us Mexican dinner and gave us a very generous donation. So that's cool. It was great seeing her. You know, she had a pickup truck, so me and Mom were joking about throwing our stuff in the back and just going with her. And let's see. There was something else. What else was I supposed to talk about?
You told him about tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow's another 10-mile walk
Yeah.
into Summertown. We got a guy that's letting us stay there.
I tell you
there was
what,
something
though,
I can't remember.
my wagon runs a whole lot better since Joe stripped it and took the overload springs off of it. It was continuously pulling to the left, and if I would get on a tilt going up the hills, I would have to try to hold it up and push it, which was wearing me out pretty good. But he's got all that straightened out for me now. It works a whole lot better.
Yeah, it's yeah, and we lowered the load, so it's the bag sits a lot closer down to the ground. We strapped her dry box up toward the top of the handlebars, so she can have quick access to stuff in it all the time. Did a little more modification on mine. I raised the signs up because they were rubbing on the backside of the tires because the tires are so much closer to the chassis now. Hung some hooks on the back so it's easier to hang some stuff on the back. I was getting a little front heavy, so my front wheel wouldn't turn right, so now I'm rearranging stuff toward the back again. Molly honestly looks pretty wore out. Sorry, I'm trying to get my tripod under a bunch of stuff, so I'm kind of leaning against stuff. Molly looks pretty wore out. I still think maybe she's going home when we reach my sister's, whether Cody takes her home or Mom drives her home if Mom goes home. It's hot, guys. I feel bad for her every day, especially in the bright, sunny, hot days. It's hard to take enough breaks for her to not. You know, if I was a human being, or if I was a dog, and could talk, I'd be complaining like crazy. But she does really well, but the panting, and anytime she's not walking, she's sleeping, and I just feel bad about it.
Me and her last about the same amount of time. We're both good for about 10 miles, and after that, it's all downhill. We wished.
Yeah, so I've gotten to the point to where I could probably walk 15 or 20 miles a day, but I can't do that with her. It would just kill her. I've got too much stuff in the cart now to make room to where she could lay down in the front, and then I'd just be pushing an extra, 60 pounds or more?
Yeah.
80 pounds, which would make the cart that much heavier and make it that much harder for me. I really wanted her to be the dog that walked across the U.S. and, all that stuff, but she's not a hassle. It's getting dangerous for her with the heat. There's been a few close calls with cars. Even today, one flew so close to me and Mom that if our elbow was sticking out too far, they would have taken it off.
Yeah, they was clipping pretty close.
Yeah, and I just feel bad for her. Yeah, it'll lighten the load with the dog food and her bedding and her meds and all that stuff. But yeah, I think she'll either go home with Mom or Cody, whoever wants to take her home, I guess, and whenever they're leaving. Cody's going to come down and meet me in Mississippi when we get there. We should get there right about my birthday. I got people offer to come and get us 15, 20 miles outside of where we're supposed to be. And the only reason we would do that is so that I could have my birthday there and plan the Pontotoc thing a little bit better. There's supposed to be Pontotoc's supposed to kind of roll out the red carpet for me a little bit and do some kind of a little event, maybe a walk through town. I don't know, a lot like Murphy, maybe. I hope that would be super awesome. My niece Kristen is setting all that up. I'm super proud of her and grateful.
Be careful, another walker I know got clipped twice, Christina Chauffeur.
Yeah, that scares the heck out of me. Today, our road had a shoulder on it most of the way, but the last 5 miles or so, there was no shoulder at all. Luckily, there was a middle turn lane, so most everybody was courteous enough to get over. Some people think you're supposed to walk with traffic, but I'll never walk with traffic because you can't see those crazy dudes. And the guy that almost hit us today, he didn't almost hit us. He was just really, really close when he blurred past us. And if I had just stepped out a little too far with him coming behind me and wasn't able to pay attention, that would have been the end of it. And when I face them, I can pay attention to them. I can see how close they are to me. I can throw the buggy down. I can pull Mom. I can pull the dog, whatever I need to do to get them out of the way. When they're behind us, it's just blind faith that they're not going to run over us. So Molly's going to finish the walk with us to Mississippi, which should take us approximately another 20-ish days. We're about 170 miles, so technically it should be 17 days. But with the rain and all of that stuff, we're bumping it up to between 20 and 25. Hi, Shanda. How you doing? Hi, Brookie. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. We're in Mount Pleasant now. We're at a park that the fire chief said we could camp at. Tomorrow we'll be headed toward what's the name of the town? Summertown. And we have a place to stay in Summertown. We met a guy today that goes by the name of Mustache Mike, and Mustache Mike is he has a buddy that he was in the Army. His buddy was in the Army, and they do a lot for vets. And his buddy in Summertown sent me his address and is letting us camp in his yard. He said we could use his shower and his bathroom, so that's awesome. I'm going to talk to him. Maybe we can stay there a couple nights because it is supposed to rain. We'll just see how that goes. There's a squirrel right over there, and Molly, luckily, is asleep. Okay. See it right over there, honey? Or Mom?
Oh, yeah, right there in the mud.
Yeah. No. Okay, she's not paying attention. Good. Let's see. What are y'all saying to me here?
Tony's watching.
Tony who?
Gonzalez.
Fart?
Yeah.
Where does it say that?
Juan Antonio Gonzalez is watching.
Why doesn't it tell me this stuff?
Because it's on my Facebook.
Oh, well, it doesn't tell me. Tell Sheriff Andy I said hey.
Yeah, I was talking about Andy and Mayberry.
Oh, yeah. Is there no motels in that guy's town? There might be, but we're running real low on money right now. Cody came up, and it's a family of 4. We drive an SUV, which everybody knows sucks down gas, and we had to live out here for a week waiting for Mom. So that was 2 to 3 meals every single day, plus driving all over the place. Our money's gone. Right now, all we have is just pocket change, me and Mom. Cody don't even know how she's going to get home at this point. So motels are kind of right now. We'll try to. Hey Tony, how you doing? We'll try to get. So people. and this isn't anything negative towards anybody in this state, but Tennessee hasn't been as kind to me as far as donations as North Carolina was, and that's just because I got some press in North Carolina that I haven't gotten here in Tennessee yet, so people haven't seen me as much, I guess. They don't want to come out. They don't, and plus we're walking through tiny little towns, back roads, stuff like that. There's not a lot of big cities like Chattanooga and Nashville.
Tony wants to know where and how to send you something.
Well, if it's physical,
Come on.
Tony, I don't know how you'd get it to me. You could send it to Janice's house if you got her address. If it's monetary, you can go to supportjoe.com. But to be honest, if it's a t-shirt or pants or bug spray or something like that, please don't send it to me. Because, and I don't mean any offense in any way, but I got so many people handing me stuff all the time that
Message me when you can.
I just don't have the ability to carry everything that everybody gives me. So most things just get either redonated to Goodwill or, in worse situations, tossed. So it just depends on what it is. If it's a keepsake, something like that, it's got to be small. Again, I don't mean any offense in any way. That's just how it goes.
Cody says PayPal.
Yeah, you can donate through PayPal. You just donate to my email, which is copelandj@mail.com. Like Copeland, Copeland, the letter J @mail.com. Not Gmail, but mail.
Cash. Tony wants to send you some cash.
Well, yeah, you could send it to Janice, or you could just donate it through the PayPal or through space in here, or supportjoe.com.
I think they would take a credit card over the phone for me for one night. From Linda Steinberger.
I don't know. Why is she asking Cody that?
Because Cody's helping me answer questions.
Oh, I got you. You can send money to my house. Yeah, if you need to send money for Cody to get home, you can always send it up to Shanda's house. That's Cody's mom. But if you donate it, Cody has access to it. But yeah, a lot of times hotels will take the card over the phone to reserve it. And then if you do it through like Trivago or any of those online hotel finding app things, then they take it out. That's when you pay, is when you do it through one of those hotel finding apps. But I mean, right now we're fine camping. Me and Mom are happy doing it. It's part of the thing. It's part of the walk. It's not like we're camping because we have to. We do have, if we wanted to hit up a few more hotels, we got some cash to do that. But me and Mom enjoy camping. We got our air mattresses. Yeah, it's great. I mean, it's part of the experience is being out here, trying to find some place to sleep every night. And it was funny. It was one of my biggest fears starting this whole thing was that it was going to be 365 plus or minus days of where the hell am I going to sleep tonight. And even though that hasn't changed, it always works out. I've never been forced to not
Summertown, right?
sleep somewhere. It's always been easy. I'll get somewhere. It might have taken a little longer than I would have liked. Might have had to walk a few more miles than I would have liked. So some days I didn't walk as many miles as I want to before I found a place to sleep. But it always works itself out, especially now that we're getting a little more well known. We've got some business cards that make us seem a little more legitimate when we talk to people. We've got the signs on our carts that make us seem a little more legitimate when we talk to people. I've got technology hanging off of the cart all over it, which makes it look less like a hobo cart and more like somebody that's walking across the U.S. So we're a little more creditable now than when I started. So the tips I've gotten from other walkers. I talked to Chris West. He actually came out and found me when I was in North Carolina, early in North Carolina actually. He came out and found me. He walked across the U.S. for mental health last year, and he gave me some great tips about just find the first police department or find the first fire department you can in each town and just talk to them, ask them, and they'll usually just give you an idea, or somebody there will be nice enough to offer you a place to stay. Or camp behind churches. Usually, even if you get caught camping behind a church, you tell them your story, they shake your hand, and they might donate, and they they let you stay or they send you on your way. It says, Joe, we were in McCordsville, Indiana over the weekend and our granddaughter's first birthday, and I received one of your business cards from a lady that is following you. God bless. Oh, cool. Thank you, Sandy Edwards. Cool. That's awesome. I think McCordsville is near where my wife is right now, so that might be my wife might be who you got the card from.
She goes out passing out cards.
Yeah, my wife passes out cards. My mother-in-law passes out cards. So thank you for watching. That's awesome. The most help that any of y'all can be, other than monetary donations, is just spread the word. Tell people about the 22. Tell people the statistics. Share our page. Share my videos. Share my subscribe to our YouTube channel. YouTube channel is just Joe Copeland. Yeah, I mean, that's really cool. Oh yeah, and you did meet my wife. Cool. That's very cool. Hi honey, I see you on there.
Aunt Peggy.
Is that your Aunt Peggy?
Yes.
Yes, from Peggy. Okay, cool. Yeah. So, you guys might be curious about this thing. You know those Frog Tog? They're made by Frog Tog. I don't know who this one's made by, but Frog Tog's funny to say, so I use that. They're rags. They're like synthetic rags. You get them wet, and they stay wet for a long time, and then when they dry out, they're hard. And they're used for cooling, so you'll get it wet, and you'll put it over your neck. And it actually is cooler than the surrounding air. Well, that's all this is. So what I did was I cut a strip of it. I duct taped the one end of it down here to the bottom, and then I wrapped it around the bottle all the way up, and I keep this wet. And so what this does is this evaporates all day, and it cools the liquid inside. At least, I'd say 10 degrees. Yeah. 10 degrees or more cooler than the ambient atmosphere. Our jugs of water, we carry 3 gallons like this on the front of the cart, the front of my cart, and then Mom carries a couple about this size in hers. These sit in the sun all day long. Even if I put something over it, they heat up, they get real hot. So then I pour those into here, and I wrap this with the Frog Tog material, whatever it's called, cool rag, whatever. And then I keep it tucked underneath, like Molly's bed lays on the very top of my cart, so I keep it tucked in underneath the bed to where just the top sticks out, and it evaporates and gets really cold. That is a trick that I learned in Iraq, however you want to say it, the frickin' sandbox. When we were over there, we had bottles of water. They're much bigger around than these, probably about that big around, and a lot taller. And we figured out that if we just pulled an extra pair of socks over it and then doubled them back, because the socks they gave us were freaking long, you know. So we'd pull a pair of socks over the bottle and double them back and forth until it couldn't double back and forth anymore. And then we'd pull the next one on there. And we just keep the sock wet. And, you know, it gets hot over there. I've got a picture of a thermostat that reads 167 degrees. It gets hot over there. And it's very, very dry, so the water will evaporate off of the sock very quickly, and it cools down the water on the inside by a lot to where it feels like you're drinking super cold water. Even if it's 80 or 90 degrees, it's cooler than the ambient.
Tony says he just sent to Joe on PayPal, but check your email. That was Giuseppe.
Okay, cool. Thank you very much. That's great. You were awesome. What's at least 20?
More days that I will be with you.
Yeah, at least 20 days. At least until the 4th and the week surrounding the 4th, because the 4th of July is my birthday, and I hope we're doing everything we can to be at my sister's house on my birthday, not for any celebratory reasons, but just because it would be a good. See, it's also going to be my 1,000-mile mark.
Yeah.
So it's going to be my 1,000-mile mark. My birthday. My wife will be able to come back from Indiana to see me there. My mom will be there. I'll see my brother, my sister, all my family in Mississippi. And it's just going to be an awesome date. So that's what the plan is to try to be in Mississippi on the 4th. Let's see. Really pretty sunset. Can you see it? You can't see it. No, it's too. Maybe if I cover the camera for a second. No. No, this is daylight. It's got a lot of yellows and reds in it. Anyway, so I'm going to do, maybe Alice too. That's right, because she's going to be pretty close. I will definitely let you know, or Mom will let you know if I got it, Juan or Tony. I appreciate that. I'm going to get down here and I'm going to do these push-ups. For you guys that are new and you don't know, every day I end my videos, sometimes I keep babbling, but most days I end my videos with 22 push-ups, or 23 push-ups, because there's one active duty that commits suicide every day also. I also want to stress that first response suicides are actually pretty high too. In fact, they're only second to military. In case you don't know the statistics, 5% of America's population is veterans, but 20% of America's suicides are veterans. 22 veterans commit suicide a day, roughly, and that's on average 10 times the active duty death. So, for instance, if 1 year 1,200 people died in combat, back home 12,000 would have committed suicide. Summertown, yes. So those are the statistics. They're terrible, and we need to do something about it. And that's why I'm doing this. So, Summertown, Tennessee. So here we go. I'm going to do the push-ups now.
I'm done, Stephanie says. She's on the cheese. So there it is.
22 plus 1. So, like I say, if you've got veteran friends, make sure they're okay. Give them a call, make them laugh. Don't talk about the war. You know, I'm out here, I walk 10, 15 miles every day. I do push-ups at the end of every hard day. It's not going to take nearly the effort that I'm putting forth for people that I don't know that it would for you guys to just share my story with people that you don't know. Share the story, man. Get this out there. Let's make it viral. I challenge everybody to share my page with 22 other Facebook pages, whether they be DIY pages, military pages, you know, anything. I challenge everybody to share my page with 22 other pages. Do not put the GoFundMe in the share, because most people will not allow it to be shared if you do that. I'm not worried about the fundage. I'm worried about getting the word spread out.
Tell Linda that we have a room in Summertown for the first night. She's wanting to know if she can get us a room there.
What's going on? What?
Linda wants to know if she could look us up later, if she can get us a room there in our next town, but we have a room there.
We have a place to stay. I've already accepted the invitation in Summertown, Linda. I really do appreciate the offer. Maybe the town after that, if it's big enough to have hotels. We do really appreciate that.
Do you know the name of the next town? Laudenburg or something like that, isn't it?
I will look it up in just a second. Let me see. Go to my handy-dandy smartphone. The next town after Summertown looks to be Lawrenceburg. There's also Etheridge in between us and Lawrenceburg.
Which would be better since Lawrenceburg's 20 miles away.
I don't think Lawrenceburg's 20 miles away.
Okay.
Let me...
From here.
Oh yeah, Lawrenceburg from us is, from here is 28 miles away. Let's see what it is from Summertown. $17 miles. Yeah. So we will be looking for something between Summertown and Lawrenceburg.
I'm going to tell her private message, her phone number,
Why is it way over there?
so we can call her. Linda, if you would like, you could private message Joe your phone number, and then that way when we get to where we're going, we'll find out if they have a hotel, and if they have a vacancy, then we could be in contact about it.
Hold on just a second. Okay, yeah, so Lawrenceburg from Summertown is 15 miles. Mom is not ready, and Molly is not going to handle 15 miles. The other issue there is that Wednesday's clear, but Thursday, Friday, and Saturday is supposed to rain like crazy. So in that, a hotel room might, huh?
Linda's going to private message you her phone number.
Okay, great. In that case, a hotel room See, I don't think Summertown's got hotels. I don't think it's big enough to.
No, but we have a room there.
Yeah, but maybe not for 3 days
know.
is my point.
Yeah. So Houston's getting ready to get pounded by a hurricane.
Yeah, I know that. Somebody's coming down here. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and say bye. If you guys need to talk to me about anything, go ahead and private message or call me. I love you guys. Deuces.